Hi, I'm Mark.
And I'm Teresa.
And this is the MyFix It Up Life Show.
We're looking into the crystal ball today to find out what the hottest DIY trends are going to be 2015 style.
Today's guests are DIY Network's landscape designer from I Hate My Yard, Sara Bendrick, who we love, and color expert, Kate Smith.
Who we love. So from the hottest color for your front door to awesome, amazing DIY, let's find out what's going to make the hot list 2015.
It's almost here, but what's here right now? The MyFix It Up Life Show. It all happens next. It's time to bring beauty back in your next project by seeing red. Born to beat the elements, Western Red Cedar is awesome for outdoor rooms, decks, fences, pergolas, and more. Inside, cedar's a sweet choice for hope chests, highlight walls, and woodworking projects, big and small. Stable, chemical-free, and safe, cedar's a natural choice. So bring beauty back to the yard and punch up projects inside the house. For more information and ideas, see red at wrcla.org. And you're inside Life with my wife, Teresa.
And my husband, Mark.
And we're looking forward out into the future. Future casting like weather people do, right?
No. We're going to be better than weather.
We're going to be better people?
We're going to be better because we are actually going to pick stuff that's for reals. You know how meteorologists only have to sort of get things like half right in order to keep their jobs?
I'm listening.
Well, we have to do better than that.
I hold myself to no standard, and I'm going to use that to hopefully impress our super friendly. Love to see her out online. Love to see her on TV on DIY networks. I freaking hate my yard. I might have added some stuff. Sara No H Bendrick.
Oh yeah.
Woo-hoo!
Hi Sara, how are you?
I'm doing great. It's really good to talk to you guys.
Well, I'm excited because this is our first time talking to you. And, you know, reading about you and seeing everything about you, we follow you on Twitter and everything like that. But that you are so, like, and Mark kind of gets on my case about this, but, like,
oh, here it comes.
Seeing women getting stuff done is awesome. Like, I think I saw a picture of you, like, cutting, was it bricks today on Instagram?
Yep.
Yeah, not something that a lot of girls, I think, spend their time like
I'm
it's
tool,
Friday morning. Let's
I'm
this.
tool monkey, tool junkie over here at My Fix It Up Life. What were you cutting the bricks with?
It was a grinder. It was a grinder with a diamond blade. It's really not that difficult. You just got to cut a few sides. I usually cut 3 sides of it and then just get a hammer and hit the other side and it breaks apart.
Oh, nice. Nice. So were you doing like a paver kind of thing?
We were actually building an outdoor fire pit, and we were using fire brick. And it has a clay ash inside of it, and that helps with the refractory heat, all that stuff.
Yeah, I have refractory heat. You probably don't know.
Really?
You didn't know it had a name.
Oh, is that why you wear your super suit?
That's what, yeah. I have to wear a race car driver suit all the time.
It's very intense. Is that why you have like a little like fire extinguisher on your tool belt? So?
I could talk about, Sara, and you might not be in this club, I could talk about angle grinders pretty much all day.
Oh, yeah. You know what? I appreciate them, but it's not my favorite thing in life. I mean, I don't dislike them. They're great. They're great tools, and I certainly appreciate them. But there are better things in life than angle grinders. I will tell you that.
I'm going to have to look at what those are.
There are. I agree with her. You know, the thing that I've been trying to tell my husband is that usually women who, you know, work with their hands and everything like that, think of the project and then go and look at what tool you have to use to make the project happen. Whereas these guys say, that's an awesome tool. What can I build with that? Which is like the opposite way around the whole thing.
Right.
I totally disagree with that.
You do?
Yeah, I completely disagree with that.
No, but whenever there's a new tool around, you're like, wonder what I can cut with this. How fast how's the thing? And what's, and you're comparing it with every other tool in that category. I know how you roll.
Mm-hmm.
I know how you roll. I know how you roll. Well, yeah. I'm curious because you're outside a lot.
Yes.
You are in yards all the time. You have a degree in, is it
landscape design, landscape architecture?
Landscape architecture.
Yes.
Yes. I didn't want to shortchange you with, I wanted to get that nomenclature correct because you worked hard on that.
Yes, you did.
It was a 5-year program.
5 years.
I would have been in that for 19.
Well, I was definitely in there for 6, but I studied abroad.
Oh, nice. Did you go see like cool European gardens and stuff? And
yes, it was really a lot of fun. And I went with my best friends. It was an amazing trip. Yeah, we basically went around, looked at gardens, drew pictures, drank some beer, studied architecture, drank some more beer. A little of everything.
Honey, that sounds magical.
It was pretty darn cool. I was all right with staying an extra year in college because of it.
What was your favorite country?
Oh, Croatia.
Croatia. Are you kidding?
Oh my God, it's the most beautiful country in the world. I'm actually Croatian as well, but I'm only a quarter Croatian, so I don't really know like fully culturally all this stuff. But that country is so incredibly beautiful. The beaches, the rocky beaches, the water is clear. It's Mediterranean. The seafood, the culture is just beautiful.
Okay, so thinking about beautiful things before
here I am.
Speaking of beautiful things like my husband, I'm curious. We're talking about trends. Everyone's talking about this time of year. What's going to be hot next year? What's going to be hot next year? And everyone likes to, look in the crystal ball and kind of think about what it's going to be. And I've heard a lot of stuff about rope and using black and white. Yeah, rope. Like rope is going to be a hot thing that some people are saying. In
I've got rope in the back of my truck. I've been hot for years.
You're on trend and you're a trend setter.
Hashtag me.
So I'm kind of curious what you're seeing in landscaping. Like, what are the things that people have been asking you for? Are you able to do like trend predicting on what's going to be hot next year?
I would say yes. I mean, there's always that unpredictable, like something just comes out of the blue and you're like, wow, that's the new thing. And either roll with it or you go against it. But I would say in landscaping, it's more about the function. People think function first in landscaping before really, I think, the aesthetics and the colors and patterns and stuff like that. So big trends that I've noticed that started in 2014 and I think will very well likely fall into 2015 is the way that people landscape is changing, where the idea of the American yard was let's have a giant lawn and a couple shrubs and this and that. And that was kind of the American dream for a long time, and things are changing. And not that lawns are bad, especially in many areas. They're very appropriate, but in California, where I'm from, San Diego, that American dream is not really realistic. It doesn't make sense for the place that we live, and you're seeing that. The biggest, I think, renovations that people are doing is removing lawn and doing more drought tolerant and low maintenance. Low maintenance is the biggest thing. People want beautiful gardens, but they don't want to actually garden all the time. It's a very select person or the DIY community that actually is going to do that. And we're great. We're out there, but most of my clients are out there wanting to take out high maintenance stuff and use low maintenance stuff instead. So
I think that goes for everything in life. I'm thinking about marriage.
All I heard was chainsaw and skid steer loader.
I didn't actually hear either of those.
That's all I heard.
I heard like low maintenance. That's the kind of, make things easy.
No, skid steer.
You know what I would love to make using a skid steer trend? That is so much fun to drive. If I could have like everybody just get in one, like yes, they're big and I don't think they're scary, but they might be scary to some. They're big, but they're fun. They're a ton of fun to drive around, move stuff around, and it really helps get the work done a lot quicker.
Totally with you.
So that could be the new trend, We could just rent a skid steer day.
Okay. Here's the challenge.
Hey, there's Talk Like a Pirate Day, September 17th every year. I celebrate it. Why can't there be like the National Skid Steer? I do.
Let me jot that down, Sarah.
There are those websites you can go to that translate things,
like
what
you're
you say,
unemployed.
into piratese. Arr. You know?
Okay, Sarah.
Ahoy!
Sarah,
I don't know.
you live and shoot, I hate my yard on the West Coast. We live on the East Coast.
Yep.
I have, with our friend from This Old House and Ask This Old House, Kevin O'Connor.
Oh, yeah.
Let's call it a war, called #Game of Lawns.
I'd call it a lively discussion.
A lively discussion, if you will. And if you won't, it's two grown-up teenagers trying to make fun of each other.
Yes.
And I think that we should, in some way, shape, or form, include some type of skid steer race between us.
Ooh.
Or a contest. Can you do this? Can you do that? Can you...
I think I would like to hear a dare from Sarah for you and Kevin in your whole thing. I think she could bring a Game of Lawns dare to you and Kevin and see who does it better. And then you guys post pictures of it on the Twitter.
Bring it
I want
on.
to get some clarification first, because I haven't actually looked up the Game of Lawns hashtag yet, but you guys are arguing back and forth, pro, against, or in union with?
Just who has the better lawn,
Yeah.
and by extension, who's the better man.
So, for example, there have been edging the lawn with dollar bills. There has been like lots of like the patterns.
I don't call it lawn edging. I call it lawn barbering.
All right. Well, if we're talking bringing a skid steer into the lawn, you're talking about ripping it up. I mean, I don't know how you could.
I will bring a skid steer to Kevin's lawn.
I got an idea.
Problem.
I got an idea. Okay, so you get the skid steer and you got to build mounds. Whoever has the biggest mounds is king of the hill, and then you got to sod it over. So you got your sod hill.
I'm starting on Kevin's lawn tomorrow.
I love that idea.
That's great.
I think you should do that.
Now, have you? And I want to get back to some trendy color and what you put in your landscape. But have you driven those little ones that you stand on the back of, the little tiny ones?
No.
No. All right. I'm leaving now that I've just been completely
emasculated. So, now getting back to like easy lawns, what are some things that you're doing that make yard care easier besides paving it, Mark?
Right. Oh my God, I did have a client that concreted the whole yard. I'm like, this is a sin. You cannot do that. They're like, it's low maintenance. I'm like, yes, but it feels like a prison yard. Like, this is not a yard.
Did you feel guilty, like, doing that kind of?
Oh, I didn't do it. I walked into. They had inherited a lawn, or they had inherited a yard that had been concreted over. So we had to figure out what to do with it.
I would have put like jungle gyms and pull-up bars in there, so it was like the prison yard. Weight bench.
Well, get this. We decided to pull out a chunk of. We decided to keep some of the concrete and pull out some of it. And so we pulled out probably 400 square feet of concrete in this one area, and we cut it all out. We started jackhammering it, and we started lifting it out. And guess what we found under it?
More concrete.
Yes. It was insane, but yeah, it was insane. It was insane.
How much did the dumpster person yell at you?
No. Question. What did they bury in that yard that they're trying to cover over?
You know what it was? Is they actually, somebody back in the day had a patio, a concrete patio, and then the new people that moved in decided they wanted a better patio, and they just made a new one on top of it.
Okay.
I think they're hiding something.
That's mafia stuff.
Yeah.
I would just walk away slowly.
No, totally. But you were asking me about lawns and how to take care of them, make them potentially more low maintenance. And I think it goes back to what type of actually sod you really have. And I'm seeing more and more, especially out here, I don't know how it is on the East Coast, of people kind of letting their lawn grow out a little longer, because when the grass is actually grown out a little longer, it shades itself, so it needs less sun. Not sun. It needs less water. When the lawn grows a little taller, it shades itself. It kind of creates its own little culture there, and then it needs less water because it's shading the sun from drying it out. So that's been popular. People have been cutting their lawns less often than that, and that kind of helps with the maintenance. And then really going the organic route. I think that's the biggest thing, and people don't realize it. People want green lawns, and they're putting all this chemical fertilizer on their lawns, and then they grow beautiful, and then they have all this waste they have to get rid of. But if you're able to go organic, you're actually feeding your soil. And your soil is what your plants are feeding off of. So when you put chemical fertilizer, it's growing the grass, but it's not growing the soil. It's killing the soil. So you keep having to put the chemicals on to keep it going. Where if you go organic, you're actually building up your soil, and you're building up a bunch of benefits and bacteria and fungus that are good for plant life, and you're going to have a healthier lawn overall.
In the minute or so,
I'm actually don't want to say goodbye to her.
Yeah,
don't.
I know. In the minute or so,
I do want to ask a question.
I know you do.
Okay,
so that means.
Let's ask. My question is what trends would she like to be a trend?
Skid steers.
What's your
Answer.
question?
Done.
What's
Moving
your
on.
question? What's your question?
No, go ahead.
Okay. So what would you like to see, like if you could have anything become a trend, and we only have like a minute left, what would you like to see become a trend if you could have anything happen in
more outdoor kitchens. Outdoor kitchens are great. It's natural. It's beautiful. So many types of outdoor kitchens is what I would say.
We dig your mojo.
Outdoor kitchens, bro.
Sarah Bendrick on Twitter.
Yes.
That's her on Twitter. It says it right here.
Yes, we follow her on Instagram too.
SarahBendrick.com.
Yes.
Lovely website.
Yes.
It says get to meet me, so I'm assuming that means I'm coming to your house.
I think so much you'll never find me.
And then she's on.
He'll be in your backyard in your kitchen pouring himself a martini. We're like, hi, I am getting to know you.
You run over me with a skid steer, as you well should. Forks attachment right through. And that's going to take us right through to our break.
We do.
Sarah, please come back. We really enjoy talking. DIY Network, I hate leaving. I hate leaving.
Thank you, guys.
Add more curb appeal to your home.
Create a memorable entrance with Therma-Tru fiberglass doors and 5-pond synthetic trim that won't warp, crack, or rot.
And give you those rich details that make your home a showpiece.
Make your great entrance by visiting thermatru.com and 5pond.com. You're inside MyFix It Up Life with my wife, Teresa.
And my husband, Mark, who does not have a crystal ball in front of him or his Swami hat on.
No, that's because
Is that at the dry cleaners?
It's because I am the trend.
No, at the dry cleaners, every time I go there, they're disappointed.
Yes, they are.
They ask me if Mark is on vacation, and I'm like, okay, well, I'm glad I'm here too. I'm glad that you love my husband so much.
Yeah, they love me, Kate Smith of Sensational Color.
I can understand that.
Well, you know what? I was just thinking, speaking of dry cleaners, if you go to a dry cleaners and you look at what's on the racks, like that kind of gives you an insight into so many people's closets from where you live, like what people are actually really wearing.
Yeah, that's true. That's
not creepy. Not
okay, it might be a little creepy, but it's kind of, you know.
Creeping people at the dry cleaner?
Could be creeping people
Okay,
at the dry
this
cleaner.
is the most important question that will be asked today, maybe in North America. Do you try to see your clothes coming around?
Of course I do.
Yeah, and try to spot it?
You? Well, I usually
totally.
use something colorful, so I'm usually able to spot mine, or at least it's not so colorful, just something a little bit of a different color, and I know what I'm looking for. So yeah, I definitely watch for it.
Yeah, because a lot of those colors are like black and gray and
exactly
off-white.
And those wouldn't be what I was wearing.
No, not me either. I don't usually wear those colors. For some reason, I'm into very bright colors, like our beautiful door.
Yes.
That's right.
And so we're talking about trends for 2015, and you are a color expert. And something that we get asked about all the time is door color, door color, door color. We read it in the magazines. People are passionate about
door
posting
color, door accessorization,
yes.
seasonal doors.
It's like every girl likes to go shopping for shoes, and like every DIY person or into their house loves to talk about the color of their door. So what are the hot trends that we're going to be seeing for 2015?
Oh, I'm going to talk about a few trends because but let me get back just before we do. I think door color is so fun because so much expresses a person's personality, and it's easy to make a change. So even if you don't change everything else on your exterior, if you have a nice, especially a nice paintable surface, I put together some door color trends based on the overall trends I saw for exterior and really specifically looked at door colors. Thermatrue had asked me what the hot colors were going to be coming up. And I broke them into two categories. First, there's some trends in colors that are quite bright, but still a bit toned down, a bit like they've been around a little bit. So they've had the bright edge taken off, but still quite bold. And there's 5 of those colors, but the colors are expressive of the things we're looking at around the world, and especially things like the things that are going on in Brazil, like we have the World Cup and we have the Olympics coming up. But it could also be from other parts of the world, whether it's Africa, places in Greece or Europe or even Asia. They're colors that have a little bit of a brightness to it, and they really make us feel good. You feel happy every time you walk up to your front door. So that's one of the trend directions. And then on the flip side of that, we're so inundated with everything that's going on in life and so much information coming at us that there's 5 other colors that are more toned down, a bit mysterious, a bit more sophisticated, and these are for the people that really feel the need and they want their home to be a place where they can step away from all of that information and energy coming at us all day and kind of live at your own pace a bit more and use your home as a place to regain your balance. And so those colors, there's 2 blues, one a really deep, almost like a midnight, deep space blue, very deep and rich, and then a very light, airy blue. A color that's kind of a mauve sort of tone, a little bit towards brown. And then we've got green in the palette. I mean, there's a color really for everyone, but the nice thing about the colors that I've chosen, especially in both of these 2 palettes for the door, they work so well with the materials that we're seeing on homes today, whether it's brick or stone or the different paint colors that are very popular.
You know, I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued by the mysteriousness that you're talking about, because I don't think that I have heard color described in that way.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
I think that's quite special.
I want to have a surprise every time I walk through my door.
No, he doesn't. He actually
I booby-trap the house.
You literally say you don't like that, though.
I don't. I want to walk into my house and know what in the hell's going on.
But usually that doesn't happen because he lives with me.
Usually when you have a family, there is a lot of activity. You all have a great color on your front door, and it's still very much on trend because there is a sort of turquoisey color in the trend. And it doesn't have to be these exact colors, but the idea of these colors or something that has that same kind of feeling is the ones that I'm talking about, or what we're going to see being popular next year.
Wow. Well, I know it'll be popular next year, that wallpaper behind you.
Oh, the book wallpaper. Yeah, that could be.
No one could read that many books.
They look exactly like books, like real actual, like a library.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have big bookcases in our house, and I spent an afternoon sorting them by color because I'm that kind of girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I sorted them by the ones I didn't read.
Well, I've done it by color before too. This is my office though, so I have them sorted more by subject, so I can have look for quick reference. But I do love the books also arranged by color. I think that looks great.
Oh, I got a great from a color expert, Mark.
Yeah, well, you always do, Teresa. You have a great eye for color. You and Mark both do. But every time you show me something that you're working on or ask a question, it always looks. It really does look good. I don't think I've done anything except just reassure and say, "Yep, you're on the right track."
I kind of love that, and I'm intrigued because I want to know more about color.
Well,
I do. I honestly do. Like I saw on your website that you actually do color classes and you train people on learning about color.
I work with a lot of interior designers and other designers that do other things, home staging and so forth, but mostly they have a good eye for color, but what they don't really understand is why it works, and more importantly, how to communicate to others and to sell their ideas for color. Even some top designers sometimes have a difficulty convincing people that what they're or explaining why what they're saying is going to work. They know it's going to. They have a good eye. They do help people that are a little hesitant, but often, more importantly, it's usually about explaining why these things work and helping to educate their clients and so that they can see too. Because often our clients have a great idea, and I'm sure you find this too, of what they want. It's being able to help them get it out of their head and either onto the exterior of their home or into the interior of their home.
You know, that is something that actually, you know, David Bromstad, he did a show called Color Splash.
Yes.
And he said to us once that yes, he's hilarious. I know, you're thinking about him. He's a funny guy. But he said that, you know, in the work that he did, he would just select color, and it was natural to him. He's an artist at heart. And then when he started doing that show, he had to then start articulating why those colors work together. And so he had to then learn the language of...
He didn't quite know.
He didn't know. It was just sort of in his soul. So
you're right, and I can tell you that I've watched him. I think David's great. He is very cute in the way he presents, and he definitely has an art. You know, you can see he's an artist first and getting, you know, more, and brings that into his design and so forth. But when he first started doing his show and talking about it, there was a lot of things he said, and I'm like, oh no, David, that's not quite right. You need to call me. He has got.
To his great credit, though, he went and did the legwork.
He did
to express what he was doing, you know, in his craft. I love that. I think it's great.
Oh no, I actually liked. I mean, I appreciated that he was explaining it, but again, it just takes time as you work with more and more people to be able to really clearly articulate it. Like I said, I like him. I like what he does. I've watched his show.
He should take your class. And so where can everybody go to find out your color picks for door colors for 2015?
There's a lot of great information, Teresa, right on my website. I have a video. I've got the colors there. They can download some information about it. It's sensationalcolor.com, and go right to the home interior section, and you'll find a lot of information about that, as well as some other things about being able to put color on the exterior of your home.
I love it. Sensationalcolor.com. I go there. It's a very pretty one.
I'm going to a break.
Oh,
that's where we have
to go. Thank you
so much. Back for
leave the light on, baby, tonight. I want to dance.
Sanding walls before you paint? Do it the Hyde way, not the hard way, with Hyde's dust-free sander. Attach to your wet dry vac and go. No drywall dust on your furniture, no tough cleanup when you're done. Buy online at Amazon.com. I am cute.
You're back inside my Fix It Up life, and we are at the end of this show.
And all that really matters right now, Kevin O'Connor, This Old House, it's on, brother. Spring 2015. Action is coming your way.
Hashtag Game of Lawns. If anybody else wants to get in on that action and wants to throw out a couple of dares like Sarah, that's totally cool. And I'm pretty psyched to find out what's going to be hot in 2015. I love the in and out lists that come out every year at the end of the year. I don't know what's going to be the coolest thing. What is going to be the coolest thing? Is it going to be you, Mark?
I'm thinking 2 loofahs hanging from each ear. That's what they call those things in the shower, right?
Just a pretty face looking back at me.
Loofahs are in the shower. They're in the bathtub. And I think I'm going to have to say that we're at the end of the show. We're going to have to say goodbye before
another wasted memory.
So thank you guys. We'll be back 2015.
I'd like to wait and see. It might be the first date on a city street. It might be a kiss that brings me to my knees. It might be initials carved into a tree, and I'd like to wait and see. Sometimes we agree just to agree. Sometimes we fight with the referee. But I'm so glad you walked into my life, into my fix-it-up life. This is my fix-it-up life. Might be a white dress walking up to me. It might be a sunrise in a sky blue sea. It might be the holder of my front door key. And I'd like to wait and see. Sometimes we agree just to